It's been a while since I recorded. I don't know if this is the start of the video or it's going to be somewhere else, but the 86, we were tilling over the grass field next to the pine cone. It was almost done, and then Alex called me saying the battery light was on. I said, well, that normally either the alternator's going or the belt blew off. And then about 5 more seconds into the phone call, she's freaking out that the hood's smoking. And what happened is the water pump, where's the nut?
Right there.
So this little guy, this nut on the water pump somehow backed off. Christoph found the damn nut.
Well, it was inside the cover, yeah.
It was inside the radiator cover. It backed off and sent the fan right into the radiator.
Well, you can see where it's black.
And it destroyed about 12 lines right here. And this radiator is $3,500 to replace. So because this tractor doesn't have an overheating problem, and we really don't want to spend $3,500 right now, it might have an overheating problem after this, but because we've eliminated. But the good thing is it's the center.
Yeah.
But because you get your most heating.
The water still goes through all these. It just plugged off. Right off.
And yeah, so my battery died, but Christoph, it's not blocking the heating from here, it's just blocking the airflow from right here because it's still like cooling down because it goes all the way through with lines. It's just the outside one on these sections are shot. Yeah. So Christoph got a glue that he was told should work good with the high heat.
I opened everyone up. I cleaned everything so the hole was big, and then first I was just filling in the cracks, and I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna fill everything full. Yep. That way.
And then he's taking out the water pump, which is right here, and the bearing is a little bad, but it should have seeped out like a water pump's designed to. With the last 2 water pumps we've had, the last 2 water pumps on the 8.4 liters we've had horrible luck with, but up until last year we've never had an issue. You just change it when it leaks.
This one is different from the other one.
Yeah, mine is a little bit.
Yours is on the back side.
And a lot easier to get to. This one's a pain. Coming.
The 8250 again.
Yeah. This is, yeah, the 8250 had it like this.
More like this, yeah.
The Cummins, hands down, best water pump design. They're simple to get to.
2 volts.
Massey, what the hell? Or Agco. Anyways, they should give us a free radiator because this should never happen.
I don't think they would.
Anyways, yeah, it should have been seeping, and then we would have changed the water pump because we would have saw it leaking. But for the nut just to come off and send it through, and it's a reverse thread, so that's the really weird thing that it came off because it's designed to always tighten. So it must have, unless it locked up and it instantly stopping, I think that's what might have done it. Mm-hmm. Makes more sense is if it locked up, because if it was 1 second to the next, it was steaming.
Yeah, because what, an hour before that?
Yeah.
Zangy blew on it.
An hour before this, she was losing antifreeze, and that was just a simple fix. Right in here.
For the heater. For
the cab heat, you got the cab pipes, and they come from the engine. This 90 right here, it just rubbed. It rubbed on the battery a little bit, and it rubbed through, so I had to fix that, and I had to add some coolant. But it was nothing major. So this right here, she's gonna get a double radiator flush within 4 hours.
Right.
But yeah, so that kind of sucks that our radiator's damaged, and we would have just changed the water pump.
Yeah, if it works, we'll leave it.
Otherwise, if it's getting hot, pushing, you'll notice the most pushing bunk because it will plug up with heat.
It's not like
grass.
We use it for pro tilling anymore, so.
Yeah, we can't. I'd say you notice the most pro tilling, but that's going to be a while. So we'll notice the quickest now pushing bunk if it lasts all day or not. Because normally you can go.
Pretty much all day.
Unless it's first cut and you're always pulling the dandelions off, you can go all day with this tractor. And in the other cuts, you can normally go a couple days, but you just blow it out so you're safe. But it ain't like the old tractors where you had to blow them out every couple hours because they can't handle the heat. I remember when I was Marcus's age, I spent half my bunk time blowing out the radiators because it sucked in so many dandelions. It was horrible. He's got a little easier nowadays. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to check these 8 bolts. Since
hold the front end on,
because the fan's out and you can easily get to it, so we'll do those 2 things. And they didn't look like they moved, but to be sure. And yeah, someone's gonna say we need tires for this thing
next year.
Yeah, not this year. We're gonna run these suckers.
These are not bad. Yeah.
The outside ones. Whoever owned it before never ran the duals, so we're trying to run these duals out till they're looking like this. It pulled the Pro Tail with flat tires, so bald tires, so. Ain't the end of the world. It's a heavy mule, and yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home. I got milk.
Yeah, we gotta do the night shift milking tonight.
Yes. We're gonna split it up.
Alrighty, so either this is the end of the video, and thanks for watching, or we'll continue it on.
Alright, so we are chopping second car. It's been a rough last week. Fucking rained every day. We did start pretty much a week ago today. We started, but we didn't get very far. We did 50 acres, and then it started raining, so we didn't do any since then. But now it's still soft, but it's definitely a lot better. Got both dump wagons going. He's leaving. We sent out a piston, one of the lift pistons, 2 days ago, Monday morning. We sent one out, and today's Wednesday. We got it back today, so that was awful nice. He went right on it and got it done. That way we're able to run both dump wagons. Corn's coming real nice over here. Maybe I got a minute. We'll go check it out. I worked on the head today and yesterday. There's a spider. I think so. Right on this side. I got the part at the shop. I'll show you where it was worn right the fuck out. So we changed that today. Worked on the chopper quite a bit today and yesterday. A lot of maintenance. We did. We worked on the triple rake. There's some shit broken, so that way, and Gerhard wasn't gonna call us on the first day. Let's see how this looks. Not bad. Waist high. So, not bad. See, there's a little bit of grass, weeds coming. Just so much rain this year. I don't think you can see it. There was a deer about right on that wood line, about 200 feet away from me. Marcos should be on his way. We got the 75-20 on there this time. He's on its way. The 7600, the controller, the shift controller went out to hell, so he's using this. He's on its way. Nice grass, beautiful. Little green on the bottom, but the rest looks really good. mist on the side, I mean. We are in the Rock Road. Yeah, I said that already. But these are some sideways hills. I guess you can't really tell on the camera, but off the camera, it's pretty steep. Some nice hills over here. 2 days later, we're back at chopping. 2 days? Yeah, 2 days. Well, 3 days actually. 2 days, 3 days. It was wet, so we stopped. Rained like a bastard. Now we're going at it again. Bernie's, we're chopping over here. Definitely a little soft. Hopefully we get a couple extra guys later today and we can spread some shit on it today right away. We'll keep chopping, but maybe have 2 or 3 guys spread shit before it rains again. Couple trucks and a tractor.
Well, the rake's down. We should be chopping, but shit happens. Anyways, the PTO shaft right here, stripped out on this end. So we're over here at the farm 2, second farm. So we got a welder here. We don't have a tank yet, just because we haven't had a weld over here. So Ferdy's grabbing a tank that we have, a spare one, and the grinding with some cutting wheels. I'm going to cut maybe an inch off of this thing so I can shove it back onto some better meat. That side right there is just as bad, but because this thing isn't all the way through, some PTOs you can just go all the way through, it doesn't bottom out. This one bottoms out. So what I'm gonna do, I have to cut this so I can get it onto something a little better. It ain't gonna help a crazy amount. As much as I can put it on, I'm gonna weld the shit out of it, and hopefully it gets us through the day. Probably won't, but it's what I got. I have a shaft off our old triple rake that I can use, but I don't have a new end like that because They just don't. So we got to get one coming real quick. And yeah, I got bearings here to switch this shaft out from the other one. I gotta just tear it apart, and that thing won't come apart great, so we'll probably have to torch those bearings off. But right now, because I don't have a new end, I don't want to use that shaft because I'll just destroy it too. So we're gonna do this we're gonna farmerize this thing.
I didn't know that.
Okay. All right, so I took about ½ inch off, whatever, with a cutting wheel. Birdie found another grinder. That thing shakes like.
Better hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna use a term, but I'd get banned off YouTube. Anyways, I got this filed up. Somehow we're gonna beat that sucker on as far as it'll go. Christoph wanted me to grind out 2 locker spots. So I gotta kind of figure out where those are gonna be. Maybe I can get it to at least lock, and then we're gonna weld it. That way when it pulls, it might not pull it off. We'll see.
Yeah. He's grinding a locker right now.
I'm using the safety squint, don't worry.
Yeah. That's almost too high, I think.
Up here?
Yeah, you probably should have been a little further down. We'll try. We'll just do one right now and see if that's in the right spot. We can always do the second one after.
Where do they want to go?
Yeah, here, I'll grab a bar or hammer and roll up that.
Lock?
I don't know. Can you get it off? Yep. Yeah.
Birdie had to leave. Ben at the home farm. I guess no, you haven't seen those older videos, but he's in the milking video. He does our afternoon shift, but he just called or wrote me that one of the barns is flooding because there's a water leak. So he's going to check what that is. I got it locking. This ball's in. I got to do a little bit more grinding, get the other one to go in all the way, but you can see the locker is sitting sideways, so it's going. I cut off another 1/8 of an inch because it was dead hitting from where I had it locked, and I wanted to get deeper onto here. And then we're gonna see what we can put together. We're welding this on, and I'm gonna lay a couple more beads on it, then we're gonna let Garrett run it. My mom brought some lunch. Christoph stopped chopping because they're gained it anyways. We got like 4 more loads over here, and then we got some more in the next field we're gonna go to. Alrighty. This is our first. No, we used to have a black Lincoln back in the day. That old black one used to be a Lincoln. Yes, that old thing. But
Yes, that was fucking 10 years.
that was more than 10. I think it was like 15 plus years ago. We used to have a black Lincoln at the home farm. But so this is a 255C. I don't really know Lincolns. We have a Miller and a Tweco. But so far it welds pretty nice. I know there's a whole heated debate between welders on Lincoln versus Miller, and
Is it?
oh, it's a big deal. Red versus blue. Honestly, right now I don't give a crap as long as they both weld nice. Yeah. Oh, that's on there. It's about as good as we're gonna get. We're gonna go send out our spare PTO. That one I saw the other day was bad. The U-joint blew on that one, so it's not a big deal. So I just gotta get that. And then, oh no, the U-joint was bad, and then this piece went missing somehow. So we gotta get that piece. That's why I don't have it fixed yet. And yeah, and we gotta get a second one of these ends coming. So we'll see. We'll keep rolling.
As you can see, this is how our day's going. Huh? You see the The freaking raccoon came right underneath of this. When you're driving away, fucking raccoon just ran off. So the you can see that the pulley on the alternator's junk, the tightener's junk, and the belt's junk. So got a lot of junk.
Christoph's gonna run the grease gun around it real quick. We just sharpened it. Everything's working. It hasn't chopped grass in 2 years. It chopped corn last year, a pasture field that was rough, but hasn't chopped grass. But Old Faithful's coming out. How many hours on this? 7,000?
Well, over 7.
Over 7,000 cutting hours, right? Or engine?
Engine out, I think like 5,000 cutting.
Okay. Because if anyone that doesn't know, your separator, or not separator, that's a combine. Your cutting bar, that counts different hours compared to your engine because they have it programmed to do that. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna run that one dump wagon to the field for Marcus, and Alex will pick me up, and then I'll grab the other one. We'll get going. We got about 100 something acres still down. Rain's coming tomorrow. The belt and pulley for this are gonna be here tomorrow, but that really doesn't help us trying to get the crop in today, but at least it's coming. So this is gonna go on. If anyone that doesn't know, the reason the 7520 is on the dump wagon is the 7600 has let us down again. The shifting mechanism, we knew it was going already a year or two now, and it finally blew on us 2 days ago. Or no, maybe a little more, right when we wanted to start that day. It would not shift anymore. So that part's coming too. While we're up behind Christoph's house, we're finally rolling. Pretty smooth now, finally. It's been like an hour or 2 hours of chopping. Yeah, we've been chopping for, no, well over 2. I just looked at the clock. Well over 2 hours actually going smooth. Better knock on the steering wheel or something, but we got going. We did one field, and then Christoph went to a different one, couldn't get that head to turn back on. It just kept ratcheting. It would go in reverse, but not forwards. Easy. We got Taylor here, Gerhardt's friend. He is running dump wagon, so that way Marcus could push. As Stanley, who was pushing, he went home today, when he normally does, and that way we can keep rolling smoothly and have enough people. And we got Kyle here, Kyle Rubatoy. He's driving again. He's in the Red Pete. Ferdy's running his truck because he got all the mowing that we thought we could get done before the rain done. And if we get it done, if we could get it done early, maybe we'll go spread some more manure later, but we'll see. At least we were able to get the second chopper out of storage. We fired that thing up. A raccoon ran out from underneath it, so that was cute. Someone should have had something to eliminate that machine, or that critter. But I'll word it like that, so the angry YouTube watchers don't get butthurt that I use a different word. Yeah, so we had a raccoon come out of that. Luckily, well, maybe that head thing is from that sucker, but I don't think so. That's something with the metal detector, and we had to do something that we do not like doing, and that's turn the metal detector off. So he's been chopping with no metal detector. And we'll leave it like that. It's not a good feeling. That thing has saved us more times than we can even imagine. The old 6750. It has been years, I think 2 to 3 years at least, since that chopper had to bail out the big one. The first year we bought the 75 under a chopper, it got used a lot because that thing had so many kinks in it from the previous owner. Lack of maintenance, which we found so many issues. But once we got them out of it, the first 2 years, thing's been very reliable. And this thing finally got the retirement it deserved, and it's a great backup. Not as fast, but you can literally scare a raccoon out of the dang thing and put the head on it and go chop. She got one load in her so far. Oh, I gotta tell her when to stop. Whoa, slow her down a little bit more now. Whoa. Oh, Mach 10. We'll give you the full time lapse. Now let me show you how useful this backwind wiper is. Oh yeah, did nothing.
Alex, this last load, I drove in to the tenor and then I backed straight up and it was easier for me. You're just gonna watch the wagon there.
Getting a phone call.